Well, viewers, just like that, we are back with another episode of Athletes World. Like I told you guys earlier on in the first episode, this season we're doing things very, very differently compared to season one. First and foremost, we have our Team Mani Bike shirts on. As you guys can see in the top corner of the screens, this episode would not be possible if it wasn't for Mani's Bikes Mecca. They made all of this possible for us. Before I introduce Andrew to you guys know who he already is. We decided for the second episode of Athletes World, we'll be taking on the 20-kilometer Nedbank Cycle Challenge. So both of us have not been on bikes in the last decade or more. So we just decided, you know what, let's try out the 20Ks and see how that goes. And courtesy of Nedbank, they also made that possible, made us enter for free or paid on our behalf. So we are very grateful for Nedbank Namibia as well. And if you guys don't know, people don't really know much about money, Andrew. Can you please give them more info and detail on who Mani is and why we are so grateful for him for this episode?
Yeah, so Mani, I think was one of the leading sports figures in the 1990s and early 2000s, and so went to 3 Olympic Games for Namibia as a mountain biker. So the first Namibian mountain biker to qualify for the Olympics. So you could say he was the Alex Miller of his time. Anyway, big achievements in his career. Winning the Cape Epic, the first Cape Epic winners, the first time it was held with another partner from Germany. Also won the Transalp race in Switzerland and whatever. So since his retirement, also been a big figure behind the scenes, sponsoring cycling teams in the local series and whatever, along with Hollard and Cycletech and all those other teams and whatever. So also helping the next generation of cyclists to come up. So he's been a big figure in Namibian cycling. Also former president of the Namibian Cycling Federation.
Yes, I think that's what I wanted to touch on. He was definitely the president of the Cycling Federation at some point. And if you were ever at a Nedbank, there's a dash. If you were ever at the start, you'll always see him in front, always making sure that the riders always leave safe and always making sure that everything is fine. So, courtesy and big thank you to Mani's Bikes Mecca for sponsoring us with some wonderful mountain bikes for our road racing event that I'm very excited for. And like I said, Nedbank Namibia as well for coming on board and just making sure that the boys are sorted. So we're gonna have a quick short clip of Mani just telling him thank you for sponsoring us with these beautiful bikes, and then we'll show you guys how the journey goes down of riding 20 kilometers, mind you, after like after like a decade or like 13-14 years. So please do stay tuned as we get right into it. Okay, so we are joined by Mani. Mani, thank you for sponsoring us with the bikes. Without you, it would have been possible. Just tell us, how does it feel for you to be a part of the Nedbank Cycle Challenge and for helping us out with the bikes?
Yeah, well, I mean, they say I wasn't on the bike. I wasn't really involved with this except for helping you guys out with some bikes to get a real feeling of what it's like, to get on the bike 20 kilometers. I think that's what you guys did. So happy I could have assisted you guys to get some good stories, and that's what it's all about. The racing snakes in front, that's important, but we also need to look after the guys at the back and all the newbies, and that's what I want to help.
Okay, well, we did enjoy the ride. The bikes were amazing. For the viewers that are watching from home, just tell us if they want the bikes. I know Mani's Bikes can definitely sort you out with everything. Just give us a bit of information as to where they can find you and how they can get the bikes.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mani's Bike Mecca. We're in Seiderhof, Acacia Street, 16 Acacia Street. Yeah, so, we open there 6 days a week. And, it's not just about selling bikes. It's also about giving advice and servicing bikes. So, if anybody's got questions or want to have advice, just pop around in Seiderhof and we'll sort you out.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Mani.
Thank you very much.
Delcia, so as I told you earlier, it looks like I'll be taking part in the Nedbank Cycle Classic. Okay, so I'm doing the 20Ks. When last did I ride a bike? I think last year. Last year I was preparing for the Nedbank Cycle Classic before the
And then it
unfortunate
got
passing,
postponed, yeah.
yes, of our president, Dr. Hage Geingob. But I need some tips. I need some tips on how to take on this challenge because I have a lot of doubters that I need to prove wrong.
No, we're going to prove them wrong.
We're gonna prove them wrong.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
Firstly, I would say pace yourself.
Okay.
Like, don't try and go with the front bunch because they always go fast and then they start fading.
Okay.
So, yeah, go at a pace that you feel you can go for 20 kilometers.
Okay.
And then you're not doing any climbs, so that's okay. So you're going basically flat road up until Elisnaam.
Okay.
And then when you turn, it's a little bit of a drag up. So, but I mean, if the wind is good, if the wind is from the back, then that's fine. That's good. That's good.
Is the problem when it comes from the front?
Yeah, then that's a problem. Then you just try and sit behind someone, try and get some slip, you know?
That's what those are the tips that I need. So I must just find someone and just keep behind them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, basically 20 kilometers is going to go like this.
Okay. Preparation wise, what should I consider in my preps before we get to the competition? Like exercise, what should I do? Should I do so? I think I'll come on Thursday to where you train and then just see how it's done. I think that will work. I think that will work. So, for example, for you, when you get ready for a big event, what do you mostly focus on?
So, like, we sort of work our races into our training program. So, I would say always the day before I go for a little spin just to get the legs loose a little bit. And then foam roll to get the lactic acid out.
Okay.
And then maybe stretch if my legs really don't feel good.
Yeah.
Okay,
and on the day for the day, what happens before the big race? Do you do any preps or you just get on the bike and...
So the morning I get up, eat my oats or rice depending on how late I race.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I get on the bike, do a little bit of a warm-up spin before the start. And then, like with Nedbank Cycle Classic, the warm-up won't be that important because we're going to stand for a long time in the start shoot.
Okay.
So, yeah, like 10-minute spin basically before your race and then, and then you go.
Okay, I think after speaking to her, I think I'm very ready now. So, this is the moment that I didn't tell you about. So what's going to happen is, I need you, or the world needs you, to just give out a few words of encouragement, a few words of motivation. For the young viewers that are watching, for the young viewers that love Delcia, just tell us what is your word of advice to the youth and the people that love watching you? And just for people to just, what words keep you motivated? Let's say that. So it's your time to shine. As for me, guys, I'm ready. I got all the tips that I need. So I'll see you at the Nedbank Cycle Classic. I just need to get my my things in order on how I need to practice. But I got the big tips from her. But yeah, this is your time to shine. As for me, guys, it's ciao.
So I would say, first of all, put all of your trust in the Lord Jesus. I mean, we wouldn't be here without him. And then when things get tough, don't give up. I mean, I've been through everything. I've made it. I'm still here, still love cycling. When it gets tough, just try and see the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Het jy môre gesê? Good morning. Lots of nervous anticipation on the back row. First timers? If you're a first timer in this bunch, raise your hand. Are you riding for the first time? Congratulations. Welcome to the greatest race under the sun. We're back. We've had a lull, but we're back. And the organising team, as always, putting on a fantastic job. Team Nedbank, we can open the arches at the front. Thank you, gents. 1 minute. Christiane, Mr. Ready. Jackie, are you ready? That's some serious wind resistance at the front there. I think you should take that off. All about the sun. Good job. 40 seconds, ladies. You guys hang back to me until I call you, okay? Let these guys get underway. We'll call you up the hill. 30 kilometer group start just after this with 30 seconds to go. Gavin de Klerk, good morning. I can see you bundled up there. 10 seconds, 15. Right, we're just about to roll. 10. Make sure your helmets are fastened. Make sure you got water on the bike. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our final batch for 2025. The Nedbank Cycle Challenge, the greatest race under the sun. It is the final group for the day. They're going to roll down the hill. Nice and steady we go. The police are in attendance. And I'm going to see you guys about an hour from now at the finish line. Spectators, let's take...
Okay, so update. Andrew Pullman on our way. We're on the 20-kilometer Nedbank Cycle Challenge. Please don't cycle and be on your phone. This comes with a lot of experience and years of cycling. So we're excited. It's a good one. We'll see you guys after 10Ks. Yeah. Yo, almost there. We're almost there. I'm tired. At least we're going downhill now. Come on.
Andrew Pullman. 20 kilometer. Goeie.
Het is lekker in het begin. Ja, het is lekker. Zeker die eerste keer van hoërskool dat ek eintlik actually fietsry. Ek het al ooit seker met die helmet en ek ernstig gery nie seker net hoërskool na Pelle toe gery met die fiets en so. Maar dit was lekker. So ek dink 2 keer afgeklim bietjie in 'n stilte. Op die terugkom by Simon de Witbrug. En ja, en miskien een keer nog op die bypass. Dat is vinnig.
Okay.
Maar ja, ek voel right. Dan kan dit oorleef. Dit is lekker.
Okay, Andrew, ek sien jy het jou kollega agtergelos. Wat het gebeur op die pad?
Ek weet nie, ek kan nie vir sê nie, ek het die keer dat ek omgekyk het ek hom nou daar op die bypass nog op die terugkom, so een of 2 keer daar nog gesien. Verder weet ek eintlik nie, miskien weet jy beter.
Okay, nee, sharp Andrew.
Cool.
Yo, 20K is down. How do you feel? I can't breathe. I can't feel my legs, bro. I can't feel my legs. I thought 20K was for me, but I think I should stick to the manga. I think the manga is more my thing. I think 1,300 kilometers, 20. When I start getting warmed up, it's too late already, but it was nice. I feel my hamstrings and it was great. At least we got a medal. We did it, Andrew and I. He finished before me, but I think it's because he was tailing me most of the time, so he had the energy to just do his thing. But nonetheless, Andrew, we did it.
You did all the hard work.
Team effort. Ah.
Yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody that made it possible for us. It was a great experience.
And without Mani's bikes, it wouldn't have been possible. So we want to say thank you to Mani for giving us these wonderful bikes, helmets, making sure that we are ready for the race. And
Yeah, we really sorted us out.
so one thing that no one told me about cycling for 20 kilometers is, apart from the fact that I almost died after the episode, which I said already, I think for me the worst part was after the ride. My butt was sore for like a whole day almost. My legs, I had a lot of cramps in my hamstrings, I think. But other than that, I think it was really a beautiful ride. I enjoyed most of it. The cycling community, whenever we cover events, I think they always speak about how they are such a loving community, and they really are. Because Andrew, I'm sure you remember on the road while we were fighting for our lives for that 20 kilometers, we got a couple of people that will cycle past you, and you maybe about to stop or about to quit, and you just hear them cheering you on. You got this, don't stop now, keep going, you're almost there. So I think that was my favorite part of the whole thing. And also the turnaround point where everyone was waiting for us and we saw people cheering for us there. We got some snacks. That was very nice. So tell us about all in all, how did you feel about the Nedbank cycle challenge?
Yeah, like you said on the road, so one guy that came past me also, yeah, we were a bit late in just arranging our race numbers,
yes,
and our tags for
yes,
timing, so we weren't timed. Yeah, if you look at the results, it says we didn't start with it. It was just, we really did it, as the footage will show. Yeah. Anyway, so but one guy saw I didn't have a number, so he said, yeah, so next, as he was passing, he said, next time, just
get a number.
Make sure you are entered into the race for, yeah. Yeah, it was enjoyable, like you said. Sitting down for a few days afterwards feels a bit tough, but it's something you get used to, I guess. Of course, as you do it more often. Yeah, but a thoroughly enjoyable experience and highly recommended.
Yes. Okay. Well, before we leave, like Andrew said, then you go check. Yeah, they did not start. These people are just talking. We did start. I promise. We did the whole 20Ks. As footage shows, I'm sure there's like this beautiful drone shot that shows us turning at the Ellisonheim Bridge. That just shows we really did do it. The only thing is, Tala is the problem. Tala and I had some sort of miscommunication, and we didn't get our numbers and our, like you said, the timing race tags on time. So those are the only things we didn't get on time. Well, you know what? We don't need these things to ride 20Ks. These things don't define who you are. when you race. So he just took on the race, and it went well. I think it really did go well. It just shows how unfit we are as well.
Yes, yeah.
Because I saw like 5 kids that were doing 30Ks and they just passed me by like I wasn't even trying, you know.
Yeah, coming towards the end of that little climb there by the fire brigade,
Oh.
on the way back,
Ah.
yeah, I had to get off the bike there. So
Same.
for
Same.
just a short while.
Do you know, fun fact, do you know when I wanted to get off the bike? The first time I wanted to get off the bike, just as we started on our way, when we had to come get up the same bridge, but from this side now, the same hill, but from this side. I was like, should I get off here? But then I was like, nah, it will look like I'm not even trying. So I had to. But the come back at the bridge, at the fire brigade, always. I think that that's where I knew now. Okay, this is not for me. But we'll try again next year. Are we doing it again?
Yes, hopefully with
God's grace.
and yeah, the right sponsors.
With the right sponsors. Then we'll do 30. I'm lying. 30 is a lot. 30 is a lot. I 30 cut. You must cut that out there. I 30 is a lot. Anyways, viewers, that's all the time that we do have for you for this wonderful show, for this wonderful episode of Athletes World. Catch us again next week, same time. Different place, of course. And most probably I won't be with Andrew for the next one. But lovely having you on the show, Drizzy. Really appreciate it. It was nice covering the 20Ks with you. Anything you'd like to leave the fans with? Never mind. Let me just get this out of the way. So, Andrew, we have a culture on the show where you need to give words of encouragement to the youth. Okay? So, in regards to cycling, the 20Ks, or in regards to anything, is there anything you'd like to leave the viewers with? I think this is your time to shine. As for me, guys, shut.
Cool. Yeah. So obviously, cycling and mountain biking in Namibia is on the up and just growing. There's also, of course, a school series for mountain bikers that is also very popular. I think maybe in terms of the numbers of girls that are participating, I think that's one aspect that can improve. So yeah, I think the numbers of girls participants is probably something that most sport coaches are struggling with or trying to increase their numbers. As one former administrator once pointed out, some of the girls that have some fight in them, they often go and play hockey. But anyway, it's I think it's to be encouraged. I think boys and girls. I think cycling and mountain biking is a great sport with great opportunities in various disciplines of the sport. So, yeah, that's something I would encourage people to do.